Hello, my sweet sisters, and welcome to Elder Council. So good to see you. Tonight's going to be very exciting. It's funny, when we do Elder Council in the summer, I'm wearing a tank top because it's so hot in here. I have a beautiful velvet shawl, but I can't even wear it. It's just so hot. So Elder Council in the summer has a different feel to it than Elder Council in the fall or Elder Council in the winter. And so it's so good to see you. Whenever we do Elder Council, it is for me, and I know a lot of you have not done Elder Council before, so I want to spend a few minutes kind of preparing you a little bit. This is high ritual for us. This is as important, as magical, as significant, as sacred as our work gets at Sage Goddess. This is truly, of all of the ritual work that I do, of all of the classes that I teach. By the way, there's a microphone right in front of me that is about this big. So if you can't hear me tonight, I have to tell you, sadly, it is on your side. So I'm literally talking into a microphone that is that big. So we have invested, and the sound is really good, so you should be very, very, very able to hear me very clearly tonight. I'm very excited about that. It looks a little, it's such a big speaker, it looks kind of odd, but the good news is every move I make is going to be well recorded, so the sound will be fantastic. I'm so glad it's good for you. So let's talk first about what Elder Council is. Then let's talk about what tools you should have. And the good news is you don't have to have any tools. So if you have tools, they're just extra. Really what you need, the only thing you need for tonight is a question. Elder Council is designed to give you an opportunity to go before your elders, your guides, your teachers, your ancestors, and ask a question of import, okay? And so all it is a meditation, but it's a profound one. Your sisters who've been through it before have been very good doulas for you in our Facebook group, kind of talking about what to expect and what the experience is like. It's different for everybody. And so a couple of things I want to tell you about how to prepare and what it is. So when I first started teaching, I've been teaching all my life, but when I first started teaching online metaphysical classes 6 years ago, I was told to do Elder Council right away. And I remember in meditation getting that guidance. My guides talk to me through sound, so I'm clairaudient, and through feeling, so I'm clairsentient. I can hear clearly, I can sense clearly, and I can see clearly. I'm clairvoyant. So it depends on what your gifts are, but those are mine. And so a lot of times I hear or I'll see. And so my guides told me earlier to take the magical sabbatical group into this place called Elder Council. To this day, I have not opened Elder Council ever to any other group outside of the sabbatical. And I don't know that I ever will. I won't ever until I'm led to do that. But because I haven't been led in 6 years to do that, it's hard for me to believe that there would be an opportunity or a reason for anybody else to go through this experience. So I have never opened it publicly. I don't talk about it publicly. And the only rule is this. Are you ready? It's very special to me, and I'm glad it's special to you too. The only rule is this. What I was told was I will always be able to take people here as long as I teach them the rule, which is they have to come in, you have to come in with a question of import. You can't bring frivolous matters to Elder Council. Now, I'm sure that goes without saying, but I say it every time because what if somebody were to come into the space and not treat it reverently? It would have implications and consequences probably for all of us. So it is with an open heart, but also strong intention that I ask you to treat this space mindfully. So to help you, for the first time, I wrote a 3-page, 1, 2, 2.5, 2.25 page invocation to the space. And so I'm going to read this before we start. I have built the directional invocation into this broader blessing and invocation to open sacred space for Elder Council. So I hope you love it. In the past, you've liked it when I've written special things for you and read them to you. So that's what tonight is. This is my gift to you. This is my way of honoring both what you bring into this sacred space and also what is meeting you in the sacred space. So I will post this tonight. And what I always ask, because everything that we we offer you is copyright. So just please, I always say, share it. You're welcome to share it, even outside of the group if you need to. Although I would say probably keep it in the group. If you do share it, please give credit back to us since it's our material. That's my only request. So, but you're welcome to use it and to share it. Since it's so specific to Elder Council, I don't imagine that you would need to share it outside of the group, but I would love for you to print it and to read it and help you. Even, next time we do Elder Council will be 3 months from now. And one of the things you could do on day of Elder Council to sort of like prepare yourself mentally and spiritually, emotionally would be to read this a couple of times. And then by the time I get you in the space and I'm reading it to you, it'll just help you drop in even further to the experience. So I think that'll be really special. So yeah, so it's literally hot off the presses. I wrote it today. So it's not in your group yet because I just finished it. I literally just sent it off to print with my team, so it's brand new. But for now, actually, I kind of like that you don't have it. Because for the first time hearing it, I want you to just receive it. Like when you're reading something, your attention isn't on the person who's talking. Your attention is on the page. I kind of want your attention here because I want you to receive and absorb the words. It's going to have so much more meaning for you if you can really just listen with open ears tonight. I think that would be really special. You're welcome. So I'm excited. That makes it new for me tonight too, even though I've taken you into Elder Council for years. I also do the meditation. So a couple things to tell you. I do it with you. It is a space outside of space and a time outside of time. So for some people, the time goes by really fast in the meditation, like, whoa, it's over already. And for some people, it's really slow. Once I get you into the Elder Council space, I drum. I'm going to be using this drum tonight with my beautiful speaker. So hopefully you'll be able to hear the sound nice and clear. This drum I love. It has all of the astrological signs at the far perimeter. And then it has all of the runes at the inner perimeter. And then it has our beautiful Gaia. So this is my drum that I've chosen for this evening. I have not done Elder Council with this drum before, so that's kind of exciting too. So because I'm using that drum, what that drum combines is the energy of all of you, because your astrological signs are all represented, and the energy of total healing, because all of the runes are represented. Anywhere you have all of the runes written at once, whether it's in the Helm of Aa tattoo or the bangle I always wear or the ring I always have on. Today I don't have any of my jewelry on because I was in a rush to get out of the house and I left everything there. But anyway, I almost always have my runes on. And so when you have the runes all together, that is, in the Norse tradition, that creates a doorway for healing. So that's partly why I chose the drum for tonight. Yes, so I have drummed in Elder Council before, probably half the time. 50% of the journeys, Elder Council journeys that we've done have been drum journeys, sometimes with a little singing bowl, and then 50% have just been guided meditation. So I do it a little bit differently every time. Tonight I felt guided to drum, so I'm really excited about that. I'm so glad you like it. Okay, so Elder Council is the space where we commune with the spirits. As I start to read the invocation to you in just a minute, there's going to be a point when I'm reading to you that you are to invite your guides. I'm going to invite your guides. And so once the invocation is done, all the corners and the directions will be held, all the guides will be invited into the space, and then we can just get started. What tools do you need? I'm using a wand tonight. I'm actually going to do some wand work during the ritual. I'm using a single terminated, which means there's only a point on one side, so that I can send energy to you. And then I could call upon energy from source to our circle. I can direct the energy from the council back to myself or out to you. And so I'm using a single terminated wand. I'm using a selenite wand to open our circle. Other things I have, I always use my spirit guide candle. This is the Sage Goddess Spirit Guide candle. You don't have to have it, but a lot of us use it for Elder Council. If you don't have it, but you want to get it, it's on the website. And then you'll have it for next time. I'm using Elder Council perfume, which I have been anointing with all day long, so I'm a little bit bathed in it, but it's one of my favorite scents of all time, so if you have Elder Council, you should have that with you. I am burning Elder Council incense. I'm going to quickly tell you the story of that as well, because it's a special story. My incense burner is too hot to pick up, but you can see the smoke rising. I'm going to open our space and clear our space with white sage, which is very important. Tonight is heavy ritual and a lot of spirit guides. And so we want to make sure that the container is really tightly held, which means I'm going to be smudging us with white sage. Other tools, so wands are helpful. I always have something protective just because we are crossing a gateway or a threshold. So this is black tourmaline. You don't have to have anything protective, but I always have something like that. I always keep a sapphire, this is my sapphire sphere. I always keep sapphire on my altar at all times because it's the wisdom stone. And so I use this to hold the wisdom of the great teachers that we meet with, to hold the wisdom of the guides that we connect with. So you might want to start keeping sapphire on your altar, even just a piece of tumbled, or if you got the record keeper sapphire, this is the other one that I keep on my altar, is my little record keeper sapphire. Any questions? Now, if you want to program stones when we go in, you can program quartz to receive all of the information, to download all the wisdom so that you don't have to take notes. I am charging stones tonight. I'm charging tigereye and leopard skin jasper. These are going to be gifts for you. This is going to be a gift with purchase over the next couple of days because I'm going to charge these in ritual tonight. What can I tell you? What questions do you have about preparing and what tools you might need? Let me move my incense. What can I tell you? No taking, just journey. That's right. Let this be a purely spiritual experience. You can always take notes afterward. Like when I do shamanic journey of any kind, afterward is when I take notes. But when I'm in the journey space, I let go of my rational mind, my conscious mind, my waking mind. No, Pushita, it's a great question. Any sapphire is good. And I always have a sapphire bracelet on too. So I like having the stone around because what I found is that it develops discernment. And it also can hold wisdom for you if you're not ready for it. Yes. So, wonderful. So sacred essential oil would be beautiful for tonight. Portal would be fantastic for tonight. Shaman song would be fantastic. Elder council. Your chimpy stones, mine are on the floor surrounding my altar. So if you have your chimpy stones, you should put them around where you're sitting or where you're laying tonight is the absolute perfect tool. Oh, that's wonderful. Tracy's got her ruby, sapphire, emerald queen's necklace on, which is a perfect way of working with sapphire. Again, it's you're noticing sort of a natural inclination to want to have, the wisdom stone with you, which I think is beautiful. Okay, so Norma's dropping in already. Wonderful. Yeah, so Allison's got Sacred Space and Chanupa, which is another beautiful one because Chanupa is tobacco, which is a beautiful offering to Great Spirit and to all the guides. So Chanupa, if you have Chanupa, I have... in my Elder Council, I added our ceremonial tobacco essential oil blend. So mine is a little bit different than yours, but that's my way of incorporating the Chanupa into the ritual. So it's a great question. Who just asked it? Somebody said only one question. Only one question, if you can. Now, it can be a multi-part question where you say, should I change jobs? And then it could be, should I take this job or that job? You know what I mean? So it can be a big question, a meta question, and then within that question you might have sub-questions, but it should be one big issue that you bring tonight. And only you really know what that is. I know what mine is. So you're going to have time while I read to you to reflect. What I recommend doing, honestly, starting right this minute, is just closing your eyes. I'm smudging for you. You don't have to smudge. And just letting the smoke of the beautiful white sage, look how gorgeous that is if your eyes are open. So beautiful, isn't it? Just alive. So beautiful, isn't it? Sometimes just to take a moment and to notice. Just the beauty. So just letting the smoke of the beautiful white sage clean, consecrate, purify, dedicate ourselves and our sacred tools to this important journey that we're taking this evening. I honor and bow to each of you as travelers, as seekers, as students, as teachers, as wise women, as medicine people, as shaman, as witches, however you identify, wherever your wisdom has taken you. I honor your path tonight. On behalf of my sisters, I ask that our guides come through and clean and clear away any unwanted energy, anything that's stuck, anything that isn't moving. Bring to us a deep and clear sense of wisdom tonight and clarity about our soul path, about our soul purpose and our relationships. Help us to calmly connect with the next level of consciousness and awareness, and to leave behind for the next 45 minutes any of our material cares. Help to keep everything and everyone we love safe and calm so that we can focus and do our sacred soul work together as sisters. So grateful to have you with me tonight to do this work. So grateful for you. And then if you already anointed, you're good. If you want to anoint one more time, stand by for your candle. We're not there yet. So we have invoked the element of air by smudging. We're now invoking the element of water by anointing with our perfume. A touch on the third eye for what I know. A drop at the wrist for what I do. A drop at the ankles for where I go. Calling an element of water tonight for deep emotional cleansing and answers to old questions, healing for old wounds. The time has come. And then choosing your stone that you'll connect with tonight. I've been really feeling called to one of my sacred geometry pieces, one of my wands. If you remember these, we had these a little while ago. I want to dedicate that tonight. So anything you want to have blessed by the guides. And then I am dedicating and charging the whole bowl of stones for the sisterhood. So I have my stones ready, invoking the element of earth for stability, protection, grounding, and then we will light our candle. And so now we're invoking the element of fire, calling in the light of wisdom and illumination to guide our souls and spirits, knowing that this ritual tonight is what feeds and nourishes and blesses many of us and carries us through until the next time. So guides, as we open circle together and activate the element of fire, we ask for courage, we ask for strength to do this sacred work together, for direction. So it is. So it is. Okay, so I'm going to read to you now. So I'm going to go ahead and just open our circle with the selenite. I'm just imagining a bright white beam of light surrounding all of us in the sisterhood, spreading clockwise from here in Los Angeles, California, all the way across the United States, through Europe, all the way out to Asia, back across the Pacific Rim to me in Los Angeles, and holding the above and below and the across in both directions. So it is. So it is. Okay, we've anointed. We have invoked the 4 elements with our tools. We have chosen our tools for tonight. And now I just want you to rest and relax. Close your eyes, roll your shoulders back. Going in, Amy's going in, Norma's gone in. Let yourself just drop in now. Just go quiet. There's nothing to do, there's nowhere to be. Nothing to do except just to rest and relax in this moment. Trust that your guides will take you through the entire process, as will I, safely and securely. You're held in a very tight container of love, and you are seen. So now it all unfolds. So this is called Beyond the Golden Veil, and it is an Elder Council invocation, and it begins. Just on the other side, of a luminous gold veil that hangs like a golden velvet curtain 1,000 feet long and a mile wide, is a gathering space, a place outside time-space, where a steady drumbeat connects you to the heartbeat of the cosmos. Here, my sisters, your soul travels to meet your spirit guides, ascended ancestors, angels, archangels, teachers, and ascended masters. As we prepare to travel together tonight in our quarterly sojourn in search of wisdom and connection, let us invite in our guides, our ancestors, angels, master teachers to gather with us and prepare for our entry to the golden chamber, where we will come seeking truth and wisdom this evening. So take this moment now, calling in all of your guides, your ancestors who have crossed into the light, Great Spirit, on behalf of my sisterhood, I also call in guides, healed spirits of the ancestors who have crossed to the light, who have healed their own karmic debts, their own karmic wounds, calling in the teachers, the guides, calling in the guardians of the gateways in the 4 directions, calling in mother and father energies from north, south, east, and west. Once you pull back the curtain tonight, you are on sacred and holy ground. Leave behind your fears and hesitations, your anger and anxiety. Leave behind your hesitation and your insecurity. Let go of your need for control and for understanding, for much here cannot be explained to you easily. Surrender your burning need for glory or recognition, for those are the toys of ego. Here in the golden chamber of the Elder Council, you are already known, already recognized, already appreciated, for here you are known by 1,000 names, some of which might still be familiar to you. Cross the veil with me, lift the curtain with your fingers, delicately and with reverence, knowing that as you cross, many questions will be instantly answered, quantum responses to quantum challenges. Here your power is accessible to you, your desires are available to you, and you will see visions of dreams and places that are unfamiliar to your human eyes, but well known to your seeing eye. Let me take you to this place of magic. I will be here with you every step of the way, so rest in knowing you are escorted and held with love in a safe and intentional container of light and divine beauty. Tonight you should bring a central question before the elders, a question of great import to you, a question upon which events and actions depend, and a question that once answered will shape your destiny. Choose this question carefully, but don't overthink it. Let the answer come, and if no answer comes, let your guides know you are open to the wisdom they have come to share. Just stay open. Drums in the distance are an open invitation to this expanse of sacred creation, and with each primal beat, some part of your conscious resistance fades, and you slip deeply into another level and layer of awareness. Plumes of fragrant smoke direct your attention to the east, to the birthplaces of civilization, where gods and goddesses and priestesses, magicians, mystics, and seers cast their magic over continents and oceans. The power is beyond your ability to comprehend or understand, but your inner knowing trumps reason and logic in this outer realm. All questions are answered, and there is only your surrender. The drum beats intensify, the tempo quickens and begins to align with your own heartbeat. Your body is effortlessly connected to the sound, and you become the music. The sensation opens you to a new level of connection to the earth, to the air around you, to the water you drink, and the fire burning at the tips of the carved torches. Your entire being knows this place, and you have been here before. The sand under your feet slides between your toes and bathes your skin in subtle bronze powder, and all around you stand temple walls crafted from marble and stone that are cold to the touch, as thick as a man's body, and as old as your bloodline. You reach out to run your fingers along the marble walls and allow your hand to connect with the stone, your very life force, in a mating dance with death and antiquity. And as you turn your gaze skyward, clouds gather and stretch their sky arms to cover the expanse of the heavens in the most angelic shade of pale blue. The clouds shift and move, and you discern patterns and shapes that are familiar to you, symbols of love, power, transformation. A call in the distance summons your attention west. It is the call to prayer. And as you turn, you find yourself unsure of your destination, but the subtle scents of frankincense and alemi are familiar to you. You follow the trail of this sweet medicine and find yourself at the entrance to a temple. Though the temple is full of spirits gathering to honor the hour, there is no sound beyond the hushed movement of feet across sandy marble floors. And then you look up to see the outer torches lit, a sign that the ceremony is beginning. When we move into this space, know that you are in a place where words are not needed. There is no language for the work of the Spirit. Your eyes will meet those of others in the room, and they will welcome you with their gaze. You might imagine taking a candle from the basket by your feet that a companion arrives to offer you for light. Flame to flame the candle goes until all candles are lit and the circle is complete. Scattered across temple floors are ornate rugs with intricate patterns of keys and sacred geometric shapes made from fine wool. The edges are crafted of frayed silk, and atop the rugs are pillows of all shapes and sizes. The edges are crafted, and there are velvets and woven tapestries, and surrounding the circle are iron and copper candelabras, dozens of candles burning in rows of glowing amber, and the honey-colored flames offer just enough light to see the faces of the others in the circle, your guides, the guardians of the circle, and even a high priestess herself. 4 figures with mother drums hold the 4 directions around this sacred circle. 1 drummer to the north, another west, a third in the south, the 4th in the east, and a priestess walking the outer perimeter of the circle over and over, stopping at each quarter and looking to the sky. She prays, speaking silent words to the gods, and then continues her circle around. She's carrying a censer, and its perfumed smoke is her offering to those who have gathered. She has opened tonight's circle for us, with us, and the directions are now held by the guardians of each secret gateway. They are here, we are here, and we are grateful. A lone hawk can be seen circling high above the temple walls, a messenger from Olympus perhaps, a bearer of oracle wisdom. Wine is poured by 2 of the temple consorts, and they bring the filled chalice to the priestess as she takes her seat at the southern base of the circle, drinks a single sip, and then offers the wine to the person seated to her right. As each in the circle takes their sacrament, they pause first and close their eyes, giving thanks for this offering. And when it reaches you, you take the chalice to your lips and receive the blessing of the sacrament, which unites all of us in one common purpose. When the last has taken their sip, the priestess retrieves the cup and receives what remains, because she holds the well. And as the elders gather and take their seats, our journey begins. Let yourself now venture into a deeper state of meditation to channel the ceremony that unfolds in this circle. May it take you, my sister, to a place where your own past and your own sacred histories unfold before you. May it reveal secret wisdom. May it answer your deepest question. May it fill you with peace. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. And so, my sisters, I'm going to begin drumming in just a moment. I want you to imagine, just as I just read to you, with delicate fingers lifting the veil that is just right before you. The veil is a very real thing. Lifting this beautiful golden curtain and allowing yourself to pick it up and move in front of it and let it drop behind you. And once it drops behind you, I want you to allow yourself to move forward and to approach the temple I've just described to you. Because this this is the place where the elders gather. So let yourself return to the place I just took you, to that beautiful temple. Imagine those thick marble walls. Imagine the sandy, dusty floor. Imagine the beautiful pillows scattered. Imagine the priestess quietly walking the circle. And what I want you to do is you take your place in this beautiful circle, find a pillow to sit on. You may even find that your guides, as you approach this temple, actually have left a space for you to come and sit in the circle. Often they'll do that. So I want you to imagine just entering this beautiful circle, finding your space. When the time comes, letting the chalice come to you, and then raise the chalice to your lips and take a drink from the wine. Because that wine is what connects you all the way around the circle. And when you've taken your seat in the circle, I want you to take a moment, lift your gaze, and I want you to glance around the circle, because this is the most important moment of Elder Council. Many beings will come for you tonight to gather and to sit in circle with you. Some of them will have no face. Some of them will have no name. Some of them, it will look like there's an empty space, but they're pure spirit. Some of them will be your animal spirit guides will come to be with you. Crow might be in the circle. You might find hawk in the circle. You might find black bear in the circle. It could be a grandmother or grandfather spirit who comes to join you. It could be a wise elder, a tribal guide that you have. It could be one of your warrior guides who's coming to support you. It could be one of your love guides who's coming to support you. So just before I even begin the drumming right now, I want you to reopen the invitation and last call now to your guides. Any guides who want to come forward, any guides who want to be present, Any beings or spirits or teachers who want to come forward now for our sisterhood, now is the time as we begin our beautiful journey together this evening. And as you gaze around the circle, making eye contact with those who you can see, acknowledging the presence of those you can't see, I want you to take a quiet moment. I want you to clarify your question in your mind. Speak it silently to yourself now. Take just a moment here. What is your question tonight? And let it be a big question. It's okay. You don't have to make it easy for them. In fact, they already know the question that's on your heart. So ask it honestly and as clearly as you can. And once you feel that you have communicated your question clearly and fully to your guides, I want you to close your eyes and soften into the experience of being present to them. And guides, I want you to surround, please, each woman who's coming before you in circle tonight. Surround her with love and acceptance. Help her to remember the long and distinguished line of souls that she comes from. Teach her about her lineage tonight. Show her where she's come from. Show her the path to the brightest future for her. Show her how to mobilize and to activate her soul gifts. And most of all, please provide her clear and direct answers to the question that she has come with tonight. And so it is. And so as I drum, take this moment, take these few minutes to let your mind go blank and to enjoy the experience of being present to these teachers who've known you for thousands of years. Stay right where you are. Stay right where you are. Eyes closed if you're comfortable. I want you to find and connect first with your breath. Connecting with the inhale, connecting with the exhale. One beautiful tradition for coming out of journey is to first connect with your breath. That's element of air. Next, I want you to find your heartbeat, your heart rate. This is the element of fire. This is your life force. First sound you ever heard. Last sound you will hear. And now, take a moment to notice your fingers and your toes. Just gently, gently, gently moving your hands and your feet. It's element of earth, your body. And then one of the things you can do to connect with element of water, if it resonates with you, is just to touch the tip of your tongue to connect with your saliva, which is another touch point for touchstone for the element of water in your body. And some people take as the tip of their tongue to their third eye, which connects their own life force with their own sense of inner knowing, and that's activating the element of water in your body. Guides, guardians, Great Spirit, master teachers, ascended masters, ancestors of the light, we thank you for joining us in this sacred space today, for making yourselves available and present to us as teachers, as guides, as keepers of secrets and wisdom, as reminders, as holders of our own ancient wisdom. We come to you as those who remember us. We come to you because you remember us, and sometimes what we need is to remember who we are. Not on this planet, not in this life for a few decades, but who we are for millennia, who we have always been. Guides and teachers, ancestors, you know us as women, you know us as priestesses, you know us as students, you know us as teachers, you know us as queens, you know us as children, you know us as healers, you know us as leaders. Thank you for seeing us tonight and for mirroring back to us in this sacred container our own power, our own beauty, our own possibility. And sisters, before we leave this space, and it's so hard to leave, because the main thing a human being wants in her lifetime is to be known for who she is in her totality. And Elder Council is one of the few places in our lifetimes that we go where we know we are truly seen and known, even better than we know ourselves, most likely. If there are any remaining questions for you, if your question was not answered clearly, please ask for that guidance now. Guides, we ask for clear symbols and clear communication tonight. Teach us in a way that we can understand. Show us what needs to be known. Show us what needs to be done. Show us what needs to be seen and understood. Give us clear direction, clear signs for us to follow. If there's any additional information you need to provide to us, guides, teachers, guardians, this evening in response to our question, please offer it now. And sisters, you might just open your hands. Sometimes what I found is the guides will place things in our hands, tools or an amulet or a symbol or an element. Sometimes they want to pour water into your hand, or they want to place a piece of the earth in your hand, or they want to show you something that is a symbol of an answer to your question. So open your hands to show that you are receiving all of that wisdom tonight. And guides, if there's a block in our conscious mind, we ask that you override that block tonight. If we have some block to hearing what you need to tell us tonight, override it, pass by those blockages in our system or our circuitry, bypass all of our karmic inability to make progress, and help us to move beyond any karmic blocks, any emotional blocks, any intellectual blocks that we might have to making progress on our path. We ask tonight for quantum acceleration as a sisterhood. Guides, as you know, the women gathering in Elder Council tonight are the most advanced sisters in my life. And so I ask on their behalf for quantum manifestation, quantum facilitation of their goals and their dreams and their visions. I ask for your help in expediting their needs, giving quick clarity, quick insight, quick wisdom, and a quick path to their development. Help them to make sense of any karmic work that must be done in order for their goals to be met and their desires to be filled. Work swiftly and diligently on their behalf, guides, teachers, guardians, Great Spirit, God, Goddess, however you define the beings who have come into your chamber tonight. Help each sister tonight, whether she's watching now or will watch later, to make swift progress toward her goals in a way that she can see and feel and understand and appreciate. And sisters, take just a moment now to give thanks. I like to just do a steady bow around the circle for all of those who came to be present to me tonight. We thank you so much for the guidance, for the support, for seeing us. And we give you permission to act on our behalf this evening and always in pursuit of our goals and our dreams and our visions and our soul's purpose in this lifetime. Amen, aho, and so it is. And so, sisters, I want you to rise from the place in the circle of elders, in this beautiful golden chamber, the place where you've been seated with them this hour. I want you to rise from this place. You may want to make one more glance around the circle to give thanks. Guides, guardians, teachers, ancestor spirits, we release you with gratitude from our circle this evening. We're so grateful for your presence and your love and your support. We feel you. We appreciate you. If you would like to, sisters, you can give them permission to come to you tonight or tomorrow night in dream time and continue this dialogue and conversation. So if you give that permission, please tell your guides now. I'm giving it. So guides, I give you permission to visit me in dream time, to continue this work together, and to show me any additional signs, symbols, wisdom, information that I wasn't ready or able to receive in this session. And I look forward to that communion. But for now, we release you from your service to the circle. Guardians of the North, for your wisdom and protection, we thank you. We release you. Guardians of the West, for this emotional connection to ourselves, to wisdom that we need to make good decisions in support of our highest good and the highest good of all of those who surround us. Thank you. We release you from your service to the circle this evening. Guardians of the Southern Gateway, element of fire, thank you for the courage to do this work and the strength to walk this path. We release you from your service to the circle. Guardians of the East, as we begin a new chapter tonight with new wisdom, new information, new inspiration, new connection, new memories, new relationship to spirit, to source, we are ready. We thank you for the clarity that you brought to us this evening. We release you from your service to the circle. So good. Oh, isn't that beautiful, sisters? Did you see Lisa's comment in the feed? If your eyes are closed, just be where you are. She said, your drumming got my little ones to finally go to sleep. Have you ever thought of recording lullabies? well, some of you had a few technological challenges, and so hopefully those are easy for you to work out. If you need our technical support, please reach out to us on Facebook or by email and let us know, and we can help you and support you too. So, what I want to do to complete this experience, a couple of things, okay? If you have your stones that you want to charge with the energy of this experience, now is the time to do that. So choose your tools, hold your tools. I'm going to charge my tools, then I'm going to charge your tools, and then I'm going to work with my wand for just a minute. So this is kind of like a little bonus work. So beautiful, isn't it? And it's what's really beautiful to me is just the experience of being known spiritually. Whenever I go there, I always feel like what makes me cry the most is I feel like what they say is keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's almost, for me, it's always this, just keep going. Just keep going. Isn't that beautiful? Amy says a hummingbird just came to her altar. How beautiful is that? I know it is very hard to come back. But let yourself feel that and let yourself cry the tears and let yourself have the connection. You need this. You need this connection. You need the release. You need the energy. This is what will feed you and fuel you. And this is why we do this every quarter, because this is your well. I love that Pamela's message was patience. Veronica said lots of visions. The work continues, right? So it continues. Okay. So guides who are with us this evening, we ask for your blessing upon these sacred tools. We ask that you send into these tools any wisdom, information, insight, any symbols or signs that we're not ready to receive yet, but that you want us to have. And we ask that you activate these tools such that they will show us this wisdom when the time is right. And so with that, these tools are charged. I'm going to charge these stones too, because these are gifts for you, so that you have something from tonight. So guides, I ask that into this beautiful copper vessel of all these beautiful stones, tiger's eye for psychic development, protection, leopard skin jasper for transformation and shape-shifting, crossing the veil. Guides, I ask you to send into these stones any wisdom, information, insight, blessing for the sister who will receive them, that she needs but is not yet ready to receive. And I ask that you activate these stones and program them such they will release this information to her when she is ready and the time is right. My hands are just on fire. Amenaho, and so it is. I think it's partly because they're in a copper bowl, so it's like conducting all of this crazy energy. And then what I'd like to do, because even though we've released the circle, the energy is still very, very strong. So what I'd like to do is ask that all the experiences that we shared together tonight, everything from the upper realms that we shared together tonight, that all of that energy be called in and directed to each sister in the group. And I'm sending it first to you. So I'm asking that all of the wisdom of tonight's experience, not just your experience, but my experience and all of the sisters' experience, the collective wisdom of this powerful group of women and their guides, be sent to you. All of the information that was raised on the part of the collective that you can benefit from, I'm sending all of that energy to you right now. What I want you to do is just put your hand up to the screen toward the point of that quartz wand. So just put your hand right there. And just receive. You can use your right hand, which is more traditionally your receiving hand. And now to me, as holder of the container, anything that I need to receive from the circle, wisdom, insight, information, and down to the planet, any healing energies, any healing insight, anything that our planet would benefit from, sending all that energy down to the center of the earth, to Gaia herself, to hold. This is a smoky quartz wand, so it automatically transmutes any vibrations that aren't needed. So it's a very cool tool to use to send energy to yourself without having to worry about filtering it or cleaning it. Very interesting. Allie said she had a mystery about a sister revealed to her. I love that. And then we have a few of these actually coming to spec sale. And then what I want to do is I want to pull up any wisdom information that needs to be sent back to source for clearing, for clarity, for sending up gratitude is one thing I like to do to source. So I'm just gathering up. And if you want to imagine sending your gratitude right here to the base of this wand, let's just send all of our beautiful thanks and gratitude and any wisdom information that we wish to send to source. And imagine just a clear line. We're so grateful to the guides, the guardians, the teachers, so grateful. We could not do this work without you. Thank you for entrusting us with the great mysteries. Thank you for entrusting us to be good teachers to each other and to learn from each other as good students. And so it is. To the below, to the above, to you, to me. And so the energy is sent and received. Amen. Aho. So it is. Yeah, it's funny. Dana, I had the same experience. She was saying her air conditioner was on and it was cold before the ritual and now it's hot and she feels like she's out in the sun. I have the air conditioner on in here. I swear it feels like it's 1,000 degrees in this room. So, but energy has a temperature. When you raise it, that's why full moon ritual is in here. We have to start cooling the room down at about 9 a.m. on the day of ritual. And even if it's 65 degrees in here, when those 100, 150 people fill up this room at 6 p.m., automatically it's 85 degrees again. Because it's body heat and energy, and it's just we're raising that together. It's very powerful. So cheers to you. My kombucha toast to you. Okay, and then, so we've released our stones. We've worked with our stones, releasing element of earth. Grateful to the element of water, releasing the element of water. We've released the element of air by using our selenite wand, opening the circle, and we released the element of fire. Thank you to the spirit guides. The work continues. The journey continues. Oh, that's beautiful. Venetia said she was given an eagle feather on her left hand and an orange thread on her right hand. Ty, hopefully it was a good experience. She said she doesn't know what to think right now. Would love to hear. So Deb is saying, so Jules got a black jaguar, which is actually very interesting. It's a very common spirit animal to have come and meet you in the Elder Council space. So that's good that you had that animal spirit guide with you. So Deb said she was baptized with water from the fountain in the center of the circle. When she opened her eyes, she was standing under a waterfall. And so Deb, because the guides and the spirits work in the realm and the domain of symbols, I would say that has something to do with some emotional healing and clearing for you because of the focus of the element of water. So I'd be curious to know what that, if you have clarity about that, what the water is trying to rinse through or wash through for you. Jules was given a bundle of herbs in her hand. Interesting, Karen said her right hand was cut and then it healed. That automatically what came to me, Karen, was faith. Like trusting that they're taking care of you. I don't know if you've been doubting, but that seems like a reminder to have your faith. You're so welcome. Tracy was saying she saw a male African lion, a bird on fire, and a Native American dancer. And Annalisa was given a key. I love that. I wonder what that key opens for you, Annalisa. That's beautiful. Maria saw Kali dancing. Amy received a seashell in the right hand and a brick in the left. Water and earth, right? Is how I take that anyway. You never know what the symbols mean, and it's always good to ask for clarification. You can always ask for clarification. Interesting. Heather threw up some snakes. So here's what's interesting. When you have an experience of purging, whether it's throwing up or some people, too much information, but some people imagine like having diarrhea in Journey. Whenever something is being expelled from your body, the guides are moving through some toxins and some waste, which we all have, but sometimes they have to purge those things on our behalf in order to get us to move to the next level. So if you felt yourself kind of nauseous or anything came up or out or does now, like if you have loose stools or you feel nauseous later, don't worry about that because usually it means the guides are pushing through some toxins. Drink lots of water, lots of tea tonight. All of those things will help you a lot. Yeah, Heather, if it's anger, that makes sense to me because snake, a lot of times there's a frustration energy with snake energy, and it's usually because they have to push out that skin, you know what I mean, in order to like move forward on their path. So I'm guessing, yeah, and even our lunar eclipse said I stepped out of shed skin. I think that was Oh, I love that, Sandra. What a beautiful image. I appreciate that very much. So let's see. Colin said Egyptian queen, wolf, me with long red hair, being brushed. Greece, pillars, circular building, Roman numerals carved in marble, gorillas in the circle. I have everything in me. Isn't that beautiful? And here's what's really awesome too is, in this space, everything is okay. Like whatever experience you had, you're meant to have. And one of the things I think is really important, I've been journeying for a long time with lots of different groups of people, both as one who is journeying and one who leads the journey. And when I am journeying, what I find that the shaman or the teachers don't talk about is the fact that it's okay when stuff comes up that seems a little uncomfortable, because it's all comfortable in that space. It may be uncomfortable to your Western sort of like, in our current social kind of norms and mindset and stuff, it might seem very strange to you, but in the spirit realm, everything is okay. And so if you have questions, if something came up, even if it seems weird, share it with us, because we can help you process it and remind you that whatever it is that's coming up is meant to come up for you. It's normal. So I don't want you to think whatever experience you had is the exact experience you're supposed to have, and it's normal whatever it was. So hopefully that makes sense. And you can always come back to this later. That's the one thing I want to remind you, is to, so if there was no experience, here's what's kind of crazy, but it's true. You did have an experience. So I would say, I have not met all my spirit guides yet. I know that for sure. Each time I go through another level or phase of development, I meet another guide. And I think that they're there for certain things. And I would say probably half my guides I've never seen, because they're pure spirit and to my knowledge have not taken on a human or a physical form of any kind. So in Elder Council for me, there's always a space where I don't see anyone, but I feel something. And so some of you may have not seen something, but you may have felt something. Remember how I talked about the soul gifts, that there's clairsentience, which is feeling, like clear feeling. There's clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Those are two different gifts. Feeling something is just as important as seeing something. So to those of you who did not see, one of my first questions for you is, did you feel anything? If you felt something, that's the journey. Does that make sense to you? Just reading the rest of your comments. Leslie was shown a pulsating, radiating heart. I love that. Dora was at the Nile River with an Egyptian priestess with a golden pitcher with water. How beautiful is that? Yeah, and so Ty said, my feeling, it's weird. There's messages coming across. But I need to sort through this. I haven't stopped crying. Yeah, so what I would say is continue processing tonight. Sit down and journal just a little bit. Let the tears kind of come through. Don't try to overanalyze it right now. And see if after you go to sleep tonight, especially if you invited the guides to come to you in dream time, see if they come to you from a different place with a little more clarity, kind of anchoring in that wisdom a little bit more. And use our Facebook group as the place to go and process. I'm going to be in there tonight. I'll be in there tomorrow. So I'll be able to respond to your questions and give you feedback. So that's the other thing that's really important with Journey. You have to have a place to process with someone who's going to be able to process with you. Fortunately, you're surrounded by very powerful women, not just me. So all of us can help you process and to see with different eyes what may have come up for you. But don't be shy about sharing your experiences, because we're all here to help and support you. It's very, very important. Interesting. Nikki says that it was really intense for me, not a lot of clarity except the need to run away. And so Nikki, you should look at that. What was it that was challenging to you? And it may be that they're wanting to show you something that you're not quite ready for yet. And so one of the things you can always do, I call it throttling, but one of the things you can always do with your guides is throttle a little bit and say, I'm feeling overwhelmed and I'm feeling scared. Could you please bring me peace? Could you please bring me comfort and give me clear signs about what I'm supposed to be doing and how I'm supposed to be doing it? But there are definitely times for me where I say, whoa, hold, time out, guides. I'm overwhelmed. Please help me process and give me peace. That's what you can do. So beautiful. So Shanora was saying, at first I couldn't look at them. That happens a lot too. Jackie says she's a jumble right now. Is that a jumble? Yeah. So that's okay. Dawn's asking what a conch shell means. To me, a conch shell is it represents a couple of things, actually. Some people think the conch or conch represents pregnancy. To me, it represents shelter of a very tender soul. If you think about what a conch is, it's a very hard outer shell of a little creature who's very tender and delicate and would not survive without it. So to me, the conch always represents deep protection of a very tender, delicate little spirit, which might be you, which I love. That's beautiful. Sue Ann says, for me, I felt each one hold my hand as they walked around me. I love that so much. Wow. Love, love, love. I'm sitting with all of your comments. Even if I don't read it, I'm reading it. If I don't read it out loud, I'm still reading it quietly to myself. If you're given a name, you should write it down so you don't forget. I think it's a beautiful thing. That's a gift, Annie, is when they give you a name. And then what you can do before you go to bed tonight is say the name again and then ask them, is this my spirit name? Is this my soul name? Was this my name when I was a guide? Is this the name of one of you? Like, what name have they given you? And yes, this is recorded forever and ever, and you'll have permanent access to it for the rest of your life. So anytime you want to go back and watch this, and those of you who've done Elder Council before, yours are still recorded and available to you for years now. So just remember, you always have access to that archived content. We pay for storage at Sage Goddess enough so that nothing ever gets deleted, which I think is one of the beautiful things. If you've ever taken a class with me, you could go back tonight and watch it again if you want to. If it's from a past season, you might need a password. And so if that's the case, you should email magic@sagegoddess.com. They have all the passwords for all the seasons of sabbaticals since 2011. And so they can help you with that. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Doris says you're trembling. So if you guys need support, what I want to remind you is reach out tonight in the Facebook group. I will be in there multiple times checking on you, just reassuring you. This is my job as priestess and holder of this container, is to make sure that you have a place to process, a place to ask your questions. I'll be in there again tomorrow. You're not alone. And just before you go to sleep, you might just smudge one more time. If you have a little selenite wand, just sort of open a circle. If you charge some stones tonight, keep them with you. I'm going to take this one home and keep it by my bedside tonight. Keep it with you because it's holding a lot of that stored wisdom from tonight, and it can already start to open up that box of wisdom and insight and information for you even tonight. Drink lots of water. So here's just good protocol for after. Ready? Because tonight you're going to be integrating. Drink lots of water. Keep your crystals close by. Don't do anything taxing or too difficult tonight. Don't eat too much. I would eat a small meal now just to ground you, but don't eat too much. Try to go to bed at a reasonable hour. And maybe have some herbal tea before you go to bed. That's another good way to detox. I love like a nice Tulsi tea, a holy basil tea. This is very purifying, detoxifying to the system. Turmeric is really good. Ginger is really good. These are all good herbs for detoxifying and also for integrating. So if you have a ginger tea or a turmeric tea or a Tulsi tea, if you don't, again, these are kind of fun things for you to gather and keep in your home pantry so that, in the future. Also, if you have blue lotus, you could make a tea out of your blue lotus and drink that before bedtime tonight. That might really enhance your little bit of astral travel you might do tonight. Yeah, and so Misty's saying the base of her skull feels very heavy and thick. So just give yourself sort of a nice massage there. And I, after Journey, I really like to kind of move my body a little bit. Like stretch your arms up high, take them back behind your back, and sort of like crack your shoulders. Turn your neck from side to side. Just give your body a nice good, stretch and a nice deep hug. All of that is important as we prepare to receive and integrate and allow the energy to flow through. And if you have time, take a nap. I do like about maybe a tablespoon, maybe it's like a little bit over a teaspoon of blue lotus leaves in one of those little disposable tea bags, and I steep it for about 15 minutes to half an hour and sip that right before bedtime. Just do about 4 or 6 ounces of water with that. Chamomile tea would be really good too, Maria. Really good. In fact, chamomile with blue lotus would be like on another planet. You're very welcome, you guys. So love on yourself tonight. Julie says she doesn't like the answer that was given. Well, if you're open to sharing in the group, we can give you some feedback too. And you might let the guides know, like, look, that answer, I'm struggling with that. Can you tell me more about that? Is that the complete answer? Also, one of the things you can do is use your pendulum. a little bit too. Like, was that the complete answer? Do I need to ask for more information? And your pendulum will guide you about how to continue the conversation with your guides. Yeah, so Blue Lotus from me is a Blue Lotus that you can make into a tea. Just don't steep it too long and don't drink too much. Moderation in all things, right? Yeah, if you have a headache right now, get some lavender essential oil. I have mine sitting right here because I've been working with it the whole week. Get some lavender. And remember the tricks that I taught you. I taught you these tricks yesterday in the video I did. Did you guys see that video on the main Facebook page about how to handle migraines? Or was that today that might have been today in GemWise, actually. I think we might have talked about migraines today. Anyway, if you saw that video, that has all my best wisdom about migraines and how to handle migraines. But just take a little bit of that lavender, inhale it deeply, and then put it right at the base of your skull. That will help you so much with all of that. I'm glad the drumming was good, and I'm glad that the speaker helped too. I think the sound was decent, wasn't it? First time I've drummed where the sound really was true. So I'm excited about. It's a new day with my new speaker. All right, sisters, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. This was kind of an extended session, but it needed to go a little bit longer than usual, so I honored the work tonight. But you have my love and my heart and my gratitude. I see you. I'll be in the Facebook group later tonight. Yeah, today I went live in GemWise. We shared it over into Arrow Magic too, but I went live in GemWise today talking about stones, and we ended up talking about migraines. And anyway, if you have headache issues, you might go watch that. It was like 20 minutes, but it was my best wisdom on how to handle migraines. Ooh, Lisa said a gold whistle or a flute was placed in my hand. What could that mean? It's interesting. Whistles and instruments and things tend to be a sign that you need to connect more fully to ironically, to your throat chakra and speaking more of your truth. And gold is a color of truth. It's also a color of prosperity. So there might be a message that you need to communicate to someone around those things would be my best interpretation for you. It's very interesting. All right, you guys, if anything broke up for you or you had interruptions, go back and watch this later and enjoy. Thank you so much for being here for this incredibly sacred work. I appreciate you. And I will see you in the Facebook group tonight or tomorrow, or in our upcoming classes, which I'm looking forward to as well. We have class very shortly. Thank you so much. Keep going. Keep going. I think that's the biggest medicine of the night. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, that's a good question. Also asking how to get this. Yes, the code is elders. And I'll have this downstairs. So if you place an order at all on sagegoddess.com in the next couple of days, as long as they last, I only have what's in the bowl. I'm going to send you the duo of Tiger's Eye and Leopard Skin Jasper anointed with Elder Council perfume. All you have to do is say elder in your notes, or elders. Either code will work. It's not a code, it's more just mentioning it in your notes. Please don't tell anybody about that because I don't have enough. I want to make sure that everyone who is here for a journey tonight has access to it if they want it. I don't think I have enough even for all of you, so please don't tell anybody else because they will want the stones and they can't have them. These were charged in Elder Council. So code is elder or elders, and that will come to you with your orders. Oh, it's so beautiful. Amy says she's got a blue jay on her altar. If that isn't a sign, I don't know what is. All right, enjoy, everybody. Yeah, just in your notes, Megan, when you check out at sagegoddess.com, there's like a coupon section, and then there's like where you can write notes. How you write your little, here's what's going on with me. Do you have any of this? Like the notes section is where you put elder or elders. And my team knows, they're on standby, that tonight was Elder Council, and that I charged these stones for you. Aren't they beautiful? Some of them have, some of the pieces of Tiger's Eye are actually tiger iron and have hematite in them. Like this one does, has bands of hematite. They're just really pretty stones. I'm very excited for you to see them. They're beautiful quality. The leopard skin jasper is just gorgeous. It's all these pinks and purples, and some of them are more black and sort of orange, and then some of them are more sort of pink and purple. But these are my two favorite journey stones, so I knew they had to go together as a pair. Aren't they beautiful? A gift from my heart to yours with all my love. Yeah, it's on top of the perfume, buy one, get one. So BOGO, if you're getting free perfume, any perfume you buy at sagegoddess.com today, you get a second one for free. Any perfume, even if it's in a kit. If you get the full moon kit, you get 3 free perfumes today. So that goes in your code section, and then in notes you put elder. So this is on top of all of that. Because more is more. All right, sisters, I'll see you soon. I love you very much. Thank you for being brave enough to do this work with me tonight. I'll see you soon.